Hey, good morning. Welcome to Thinking is Contagious. Lift every voice and sing. A poem originally written by James Johnson, 1899. It was to celebrate Abraham Lincoln for the freeing of the slaves. So now it is being it's called the Black National Anthem. And I don't know if you saw the news, but the NFL is planning on um, incorporating the Black National Anthem into at least week one uh, pregame ceremonies to be played before the national anthem. Let me ask you a question. We all recall, or many of us recall, or have seen photographs, those who are not, who are younger than I am, and than others are who are on this program, who listen to this program, um, seeing signs back in the 50s and maybe even the early 60s, water fountains, blacks only, buses with sectioned off saying blacks only, restaurants where seating was blacks only, or certain areas, or no seating, no blacks allowed. That's what was fought against, and rightfully so, by the people who abhor slavery, the people who abhor racism, the people who were looking for equality and uh, freedoms for all, the equal treatment of all. That's what Martin Luther King basically was killed for standing up for. Civil rights leaders fought for. Not to have that segregation, not to have any delineation, not to have blacks only this or blacks only that. And now we have an effort by the people that need to be sure that racism is not buried, is not forgotten, and is not made to appear as being something that this country has made great advances in and is basically eradicated on a systemic level, racism. And those are the people who need there to be racism in order to survive, in order for their livelihoods to be uninterrupted. Those are the people that are now pushing the Black National Anthem. Because what is the difference between that water fountain, that bus seat, that restaurant for blacks only, and now all of a sudden we have a national anthem for blacks? Is that not segregation? Is that not what civil rights fought against, leaders fought against? Is that not precisely what the definition of racism is? The Black National Anthem. So we can have a white national anthem, a black national anthem, a Hispanic national anthem. What's next, people? Do you not see that this is proof positive of what the left, the radical left, and the radical right stand for, which is the divide and conquer of this country under the guise of protecting people who do not need the government to protect them? Those are the true racists in this country. The true racist in this country is a president by the name of Joe Biden, who 1994, the Policing Act, which he so championed, which in an impassioned speech for the bill to be approved, he referenced the super predators, certain segment of the population as super predators, people he didn't want his kids to be in school with. That's who is your president, and that's who is now saying that the voting laws in certain states are Jim Crowism. He should know what Jim Crowism is, because he is the embodiment. His career is the embodiment of Jim Crowism. And his party is the embodiment of Jim Crowism, the Democrats. If we cannot see based on just this very little incident of the black national anthem, what this is, the racism, where it truly is, the significance of racism for the livelihood of so many people. Kamala Harris being vice president is because of the false premise of racism, fighting racism. She is racism. Joe Biden is racism. The left is racism. The people who claim this country is systemically racist are racist. Those are the problems that we face as a country, and that can be easily overcome if we accept the fact that we are Americans. There is one national anthem. You will be treated as you act. You will be interpreted as what you give yourself, what you convey as who you are. You will be taken at face value. That is what we have fought for. That is what the civil rights leaders have fought for, right? Taken at face value, everyone is the same. But when you put a tattoo on your neck that says KTS, and which stands for Kill to Survive, and then you're shot 64 times as you're released from prison, guess what? It's a self-perpetuating prophecy. You reap what you sow. You want to be treated as a human being, as the equal to your peers, to all humans. You want to be treated the way people want to be treated, in a respectful, dignified manner, where opportunity is available for all. Then you know what? Convey yourself as a respectable, decent human being. Do not come across as saying, look out for me. Don't cross me because I'll kill you. I'm a thug. Look at how I dress. Look at how I speak. Look at how I act. Listen to my threats. And then you say that people react in a certain way when they see you. Well, remember, they're reacting to what you're showing them. Period. There is nobody that I know, okay? Nobody. And I'm saying nobody, and you know I don't use absolutes. There is nobody that I know that will be sitting in a restaurant, or going to the beach, or going to a theater, or going to play golf, or hanging out with friends, that if a person of a race other than their own walks in the room, that they're going to even notice it, look twice, think anything about it. This is America. That doesn't exist. The people who do make sure that that is a problem and is an issue, and play up any opportunity they can, are the people who promote racism. And we've said that before, and we know who they are. They are your Bernie Sanders. That's the only way that he became a significant politician. They are your Elizabeth Warrens. They are your Schumers. They are the Bidens of the world. The Jesse Jacksons of the world. The Al Sharptons of the world. Those are your racists. That's who the racists in this country are. I invite you to check out the NFL's stance with the Black National Anthem. And I will tell you this. We as Americans, I'm not saying any race, I'm saying we as Americans need to boycott the NFL. Because the NFL has just made one of the most racist statements in the history of this country by proclaiming the Black National Anthem as a as part of what the NFL stands for and what the NFL will be bringing forth in the fall. There's only one national anthem. And what they're doing is promoting and inciting. Because what's going to happen when the first white man says, I'm not standing for the black national anthem? And I won't stand for the black national anthem. So what's going to happen? What are they inciting? What fuse are they lighting? And who are they pandering to? Who are they catering to? The radical element. That's who they're pandering. That's who they're catering to. Not the American people. People, if you put up with this NFL thing, if you don't cancel right now your Sunday ticket, your red zone, anything to do with the NFL, cancel the NFL. You owe it to yourself, your family, your neighbor, your kids, your grandkids. There's no room in the world for the NFL, and that has been made obvious. The hypocrisy of professional sports is embodied in the NFL. It's embodied in the NBA. NBA quick to attack corporate America for the social injustices, but the NBA worships China. Where more social injustice is found on the face of the earth than in China? But you won't hear a negative word come out of the NBA about China. You won't hear LeBron James criticize the Chinese. On the contrary, you know why? Because he needs to sell sneakers, and the NBA needs to sell their product. They're whores. Professional sports is a disgrace, what's happening. And I, for one, don't spend a penny on it anymore. I don't have any subscriptions, and people who've known me know that I am a sports fanatic. Not anymore. I've weaned myself from it. I've conquered the addiction, and they've made it easy by their hatred of all that is American, all that is this country has stood for. They have made a mockery. The NFL, the NBA, MLB even. They have made a mockery of those who have fought for the freedoms that this country has, fought and died for the freedoms that this country has. And professional sports has made a mockery of it. Cancel your NFL subscriptions. I don't even have my MLB anymore, and you know that I'm a diehard baseball fan. Have no interest in it. None. I won't spend a penny on these people. People, don't vote against yourself. People, don't bet against yourselves. Analyze the Black National Anthem issue. Think back to those photographs of the black-only water fountains and ask yourself, what's the difference between the segregation of a water fountain for blacks and then the difference between a national anthem for blacks? It's an insult to blacks to once again bring back segregation and use the African American community. Use them, because politicians, that's exactly what you're doing. You're using them as a narrative, as an agenda, as a platform to benefit yourself, to get reelected, to garner votes. You are embarrassing a community, and you are fostering racism. You are all a bunch of racists, and you hide behind the fact that you're fighting racism. You're not. You're promoting it, because otherwise, you know, you sure as hell would not be in Washington. Thank you. Have a good day.